your opinions regarding the privatization of any of the functions supporting education? What are your opinions regarding privatization of any of the functions support staff support? Are there any positions that you would consider privatizing for elected?
No. The answer is simply no. Some other districts have tried privatizing not only the janitorial staff, the lunchroom staff, buses, and from what I'm hearing from the employees of those places, it just hasn't worked. I like the idea of, especially Walton County, these people that are working in support personnel positions. They've invested in this school district just like everybody else has. They should have the opportunity to get those benefits and to move up the ladder and stay and make the incentive where they want to stay with our school district. So to be very simply, no.
That's another trend of education, is a trend of the business world. That comes about from people who don't understand education, passion needed to make sure that we have the hometown feel in a small district that we're still able to have. And my answer would be no as well. I have researched it. I really want to research it, and I've looked into it. I don't see any reason to outsource or privatize anything in our system at this time.
No technical question. Under the current contract between the school district and Blue Cross Blue Shield, Blue Cross will refund the school district money, referred to as ProShare, if health insurance claims for a year are below expectations. However, if the district seeks formal competitive bid proposals from other insurance providers, the district must forfeit 2 years of ProShare and Blue Cross Blue Shield. This could potentially be several $100,000. What is your opinion of such a ProShare agreement? And what sort of plans or what sort of ideas would you be open to make sure that we get the best control insurance coverage at the lowest cost of taxpayers?
First of all, that's a kind of difficult question that you're sitting at the district office and administrative position that deals with that every day. But I do have a little bit of a problem without knowing a whole lot of the issues of a company basically putting handcuffs on them and saying that we can't go out and look at other proposals to see what other insurance companies could offer us. Are we paying too much on the risk of losing a couple $100,000, or them holding that over us without having the opportunity to go look and see those proposals? Again, there may be other ramifications other than just losing that money that we have to know once we get into office. But it just seems like that one company having that over our heads is a little bit discouraging to me. And I think that we would need to look at that and see if there's a way. And I've had a couple of companies contact me, that since I decided to run, and it's basically friends that I knew that's in the business, and they've talked about it. They'd love to do a proposal for Walton County, and then as I'm doing that and researching to find out about this little deal about if we can't even seek proposal without running the risk of losing that money, and I think that's something we have to take a hard look at with a lot more knowledge than I have right now.
I guess the question is, how much is insurance for those who work with us worth? Is $100,000 too much for our teachers to be able to go have the insurance they need, get the care they need? Is that too much? Not for me. Nonetheless, because of my responsibility as superintendent, I have to maintain the financial strength of this district. I need to make sure I have a plan, an advisor plan, and we are financially strong. So those that want to play those kinds of games, you can say, go ahead and pay $140,000. It's worth my teachers, the employees that work for me, to have the assurance that when they go to the hospital, they get the best deal, and that they can go to the hospital or to the doctor without having to get another job to pay for the services they need, and that sometimes are caused by the work they have to do. So I think the start of that is to make sure we have a financial strength plan that I have a way that I'm looking into, at least getting about $4 to $5 million. So there's some of the things we have to do, as far as assessment is concerned from the federal level, and then those kinds of, things, extensions of what we have to do because people saying you can't do this or we're going to penalize you. We need to make sure we have a financial strength plan that we can say, okay, we'll pay $140,000, whatever it is, so that we can make sure that employees with discount get what they need when they need it, especially when it comes to health. I got a daughter and a wife. We've had to utilize Blue Cross Blue Shield because my wife's health, and it's important to me. So it should be important to me when it comes to those who work for and with me. So we need to negotiate it. We need to talk about it. We need to make sure that is the best for our district. And if not, we need to make some changes. And I'm one that's not scared of changes.
Okay. We've got some follow-up questions from the questions that, from the wonderful answers you guys have given so far. One teacher asked, what would you, how should I say this? What would you or could you conceive doing to protect teacher pay?
We just really have to, we have to make sure that, the time that we allow for planning is for planning. And we need to determine what planning is. Is PLC planning, or we're gonna have to do that kind of work after school. We need to identify what needs to go on in planning. That is a teacher's time. And let me go ahead and say this to you as field level administrator. We gotta make sure the teachers are using that time on planning. You know, that's important. We all want some time alone, we want some time to do some things at school, but planning should be for planning. And those things that we have to do during that time, we might have to do so teachers won't have to spend 50 hours a week. Okay? So if we're doing things, if we're creating demands that will cause them not to have the planning time and work 25 more hours, then we need to look into those kinds of systems, those kinds of demands, those kinds of accountability processes that we need to determine if they need to go, stay, or we need to adjust them, or find a way for those kinds of extra things. Find a way to pay. I was the first one, I'll say this, in Walton Middle School, we had June jump. I asked the superintendent for $10,000 so I could pay my teachers for the summer. That could be their extra dollars. They're experts at teaching, not only utilize their skills in the profession to benefit the children. And from utilizing that, that then went to all the schools in the county. That started at Walton Middle School when I was principal. I asked teachers to work during the summer. I want $10,000 so they can work during the summer. Help those students who are struggling, those students who are deficient, get them where they need to go. And what we do is we work with core teachers during the summer, and then we impact the assessment of children to get to the success of schools that need. It improved our grade, and we understand that with the summer months, more than 4 months of acquisition can be lost as students are used as running. So we need to have them as much as possible. I'm not having that school. At Walton High School right now, we open our school up on the first day of the week in the summer. So students come and get books. Okay? And I find a way to compensate the teachers that come in and do that kind of work. Those students who are behind credit recovery can do that as well. So we need to make sure that we protect that. And then if we are going to ask them to do more, why not find a way to compensate when we can?
Getting back to the planning side, I think one of the things the superintendent could do is look at what we are doing to demand, take the demands of their time. You know, what are we doing as a district that's causing them to have to do other things in future planning during the times that they have planning? I think a lot of the stuff is mandated. A lot of stuff comes from DOE. One of the things I think that what I've always done as a school-based administrator, I've always tried to protect our teachers as much as I can from those mandates by trying to do as many things we could do as we could do them school-wide and not do them individually, so that as a school and as doing it school-wide, then it didn't take as much time for one person, but if you had a group of people working toward some of the mandates that come down from the state. But again, I think the district, we got to look at ways that we can free up some time for some of the mandates that come down. The teachers are having to use their planning period to perform some of the tasks that are coming down. I also believe that, like Mr. Hughes said, we require an extra time, we give supplements for all kind of different activities. So if there's a way that if it's something that happens, or something the district or the state's required, and it happens every day or every, a set number of times, 700 hours, let's look at a way to try to compensate. At the same time, protecting the health and the physical labor.
Okay, so, both of you have lauded the importance of transparency and trust. So my question to you, as a former English teacher, is, what does transparency mean to you?
Transparency is exactly what, to me, what we've been saying all along. Transparency is being open. Everything in that district is public record. Anytime someone needs some information, it should be available. It's an opportunity for my door to be open. If I'm elected superintendent, for people to come in and ask questions, and I don't mind answering questions. It's being available in the schools, in the classrooms, being readily available to anyone, and making our district staff the same way, really very available and a friendly, teamwork type atmosphere at that district office, and not being some type of adversary, which it's not, but at the same time, we can do a better job of being more open in all of our offices up there, and making it more transparent, and making it more trustworthy and teamwork, and I think that, then you understand what's going on in the school district, being transparent. And I'm not even.
I think the breakdown in transparency comes from a lack of communication. When people don't know what's expected, don't know what's coming, sometimes why those things are coming out. It's a breakdown in the relationship that leads to war, dirty the water through transparency. We need to make sure that we communicate what we're doing. Again, why are there secrets about what's going on at district level, state level, and school level? Why are there secrets between schools? Why is there a secret as to why Walton High School increased a 14% DLA that's not shared with Freeport High School or South Walton? We don't have open communication. We don't have avenues that we can build upon those teachers working together, making things clear, so they won't think that the north end, we have that battle going on. The south end gets this, the north end doesn't get this. That's because of the lack of communication. That leads to a problem in transparency. So one, you have to be open when we talk about communication. Second, we got to be clear. What's the direction? Where are we headed? What are we doing? When we're not clear, then that again muddies the water when it comes to transparency. Because people don't know. When you don't know, then you make presumptions, assumptions, all kinds of things that makes the water muddy. And here's the other thing. When we begin to make decisions that are obviously best for children, that leads to openness and not going towards being non-transparent. When it's clear, and people can say, we're going to make the best decision based on students, based on data of this district, that is transparency. And when that is the overall point of what we're doing, our day-to-day operation, our purpose, then we won't have problems with that.
Follow up from the textbook questions earlier. In the next 2 years, so during whoever is the next superintendent, presumably there will be an opportunity to adopt textbooks or materials coming out. And since the FFA has been around for a while, many more textbooks that are along with FFA. So the question given the range of options and the opportunity to go in different directions, what would what kind of input would teachers have, or what kind of participation would teachers have in the process of selecting this test? Things like that.
Okay. I think it's 18, 19 years into adoption. Um, Bottom line, who's going to be using those textbooks? Who's going to be using those programs? Who's going to be using those strategies? Teachers. They need to be the ones who the training, who the exposure, who checking into if it starts with them. Because they're going to have to realize they know what's best for those students in that classroom. They know what they need. So teachers need to be the main part of the adoption process. It starts and ends with them.
Exactly, and when I was a principal at Walton High School, that department heads were always leading in the selection of textbooks for that particular group. They know a lot better than Russell and I know, what textbooks they need in those classrooms, or what needs demands of their particular type of students. So it has to start with the teachers, uh, they have to be the ones that not play the main part in the adoption process.
Another question is, it's a question about safety. This is important given, unfortunately, not widespread, but the recurrence of violence in our culture and our schools. Once the questioner points out that a lot of these schools are inconsistently implementing safety plans, or there are still issues with safety in, looks like infancy. So what would you guys do to ensure that schools are safe from that?
We talked about a lot of issues tonight, and the number one priority for all of us. I think sometimes that we just assume instead of saying safety of the students and the teachers and all of support all of the staff is safety. It's got to be the number one issue for this. If we're taking some of these things for granted, and as superintendent, that's our responsibility to make sure that we are taking these things serious. We've come a long way in the last few years by doing the entry, what's it called, safe lobby issues. We didn't have that in Coach Tedder, just because of design, but the safe lobby is a great start in providing safety to the students. The training that we have, the active shooter training we have right now is another good thing that we have going. But for all of us, the safety issues have to be number one priority. The superintendent has to be the number one priority of ours. Make sure that we're staying up on training, that we continue to look at our facilities, the ways that we can make it safer. We always hope Walton County is such a beautiful, warm place to live. We hope we don't get to the point where we have to fence and put fences around our schools like it's in a lot of places. One of probably the only safest way to ensure safe entry would be, put 10-foot fences with barbed wire on top and have one guard sits out front and monitors everybody coming and going. And actually have a brother-in-law that's a guard in Atlanta, one of the schools that does that. So I hope we don't get to that point. We don't want to get to that point, but we have to ensure the safety of our students and continue to look for ways to make our campuses and our facilities safe.
Safety consists of safety plans for schools. I'm okay with that. When it comes down to different schools having different needs. Each school is different. Each school has different needs as far as how they implement safety plan. Now, being inconsistently unsafe, I'm out of it. We got to make sure that we're consistent and safe. That is important and imperative for our community, for our parents who trust us with those students, for our teachers who work in those schools that can become very unsafe and be involved in active shooting, those kinds of things. We've got to make sure that we're consistently thinking about safety, that that's a top priority. Let me say this, safety committee for the entire district was at my school last week. They're now adopting the safety plan that we use at Walton High School. They're adopting system that we check out where parents have to come, type their name in, this it takes a photo of them, prints out a sheet. I get something on my computer every day that lets me know who checked out, who checked them out, those kind of things. The entire district is adopting that plan. I've always been one about safety. It's been important to me because I feel like those are my babies. They can tell you they're my babies. I want to make sure they're safe, including the people. And I want to be safe. I have a daughter and a wife who works as a assistant. It's going to be my responsibility to make sure they are safe. My school resource deputy knows his job on a daily basis. My custodian, they know their check doors. We want to make sure our students are safe. So we cannot be inconsistent with being with the safety issues. The system may not be the same throughout schools because different schools have needs, different facilities are set up differently. So we need to make sure we understand that's the difference between consistency. But safety has to be the priority of the superintendent and the teacher and administrators.
Down to the last two questions, I think. So, let's see, to follow up, you praised the hire, one of you praised the hiring of the county fine arts secretary, but at the school level, the question I arise, the funding has decreased in the last year. What steps will you take to improve the funding of the arts? I would add a further question to that and say, what will you do as super often at the district level? The answer to the problem can be let's hire an administrator of this issue. But the point where it be like, let's hire the administrator of this issue. Like it's getting pretty bad. What will you do to ensure that, or what sort of leadership do you offer as superintendent to ensure that the district doesn't become overly complex? Sometimes you need leadership, but how would you guard against the tendency for districts to become administratively complex?
I'm going to do, when I talk about that SWOT analysis, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do an internal analysis of our district office.
You can use SWOT. Could you, for the benefit of the audience, describe what a SWOT analysis is?
SWOT analysis is an acronym: strengths, weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats. Okay, so we're going to look at those kinds of things, find out what our opportunities are, we're going to find out what threats to the programs are, we're going to find out where our strengths are in the district level, school level, and we're going to make adjustments where needed. I haven't done that where I am because I'm a build level principal right now. If I become superintendent, I'm going to do that. It's fairly rubber meets the road in the classroom. Their positions, I don't know if they are. I'm going to take a look at it. I'm going to look at our school board to make sure they're not. We do too much work to have their weight anymore. To have anyone sitting around not doing their job or being paid for something they're not doing. And that would be responsibility. And I take it very seriously. I have a saying in my school, I'm nobody's going out working. So I can't function on my feet and not working or earning their pay. So we're going to look at that.
Noticed that during the break, gentleman came up and offered, we talked about the SWOT, and at even Coach Hamilton College, we did a SWOT analysis of our programs when we were looking to convert from the post-secondary to from secondary to post-secondary. And I agree with Mr. Hughes. The difference, I guess, in our opinion, we need to bring in someone to do this SWOT analysis. It doesn't need to be from the district side of things or from the superintendent's office. It needs to be someone outside agency come in and take a true look at our strengths, our weaknesses, our threats, and our opportunities to improve. And, you know, as far as the district office being top heavy, I think that's something we want to do after we do this SWOT analysis and look at it. You know, one thing you have to keep in mind at the district level is that, you know, you can't just go in and say we're going to make it smaller and less bureaucratic until you look at how those positions are funded. A lot of those funding, and I don't know all this yet, that's something we would do. But in some cases, the positions are funded by grant money. They're not funded through district money. And so I think that you know, you have to be a little bit careful, a little bit cautious about saying that you're going to do things right off the bat at that district office or just anywhere in the district until you take a strong look at what the funding is. And as far as the arts, I think that's such an expertise type curriculum that I think it does, in this one situation where I would agree that we need an administrative position to lead that effort, because you wouldn't want me leading, looking at things about musical art from that perspective.
I'd be remiss if I didn't follow up about funding for the arts, because the questions actually came. So I'll throw it back to you guys, funding for the arts at the school level. What would you?
That comes from the district. That's determined by the school board and the superintendent. We will look at that. When I say SWOT analysis, I just did a SWOT analysis last Wednesday night at Bible study. We use that term to analyze a particular curriculum scripture. So it's not necessarily some extensive kind of thing. I'm going to take a look at our strengths internally, also Hughes will. I will look at the arts, and we'll see where those funds are, if they need to be increased or not, and we'll make a decision. Now, all that has to be approved by the board as well. So I'm going to work with our student board, those who have an interest in that area, because I'm sure every teacher, every program at Walton High School and any other school in this district says we need more money. And we can't get into that. So that's why we got to look at those things we need, look at them, we got to analyze where they are, where they need to be, and make decisions as best we can with the effort and collaboration of students. So we'll look at it, and if we need to increase it, we'll increase it.
And I think that's exactly right. That makes no argument or no difference. It is a district level, but I think if you make it from the superintendent's office one of the priorities, if you have a better chance to get that funding increase, and by working for the school board, and then I'm sure you know, so we all we fail to recognize it's here from our school board tonight, and so we have to work with the school board to get that funding. The kids need that outlet. They need to be expressing themselves through the arts, and I would definitely look at the best possible way to increase the funding. Our art budget is like $200 a year or something, and the budget they give us is something, it's something minimal, so if you're gonna have those programs, you got to make it effective. You got to get the funds to make it effective.
Um, so we actually got, oh, I know it's last question. Somebody actually came up to me and made a question before we started, and I could not bring up things for that, and she went out. So the question is, there's a sub shortage in the district. Substitutes are few and far between, hard to get, hard to retain. How would you, as superintendent, recruit and retain good, reliable substitutes?
Probably the first thing, probably would have to increase the rate of pay for them. I know that, fortunately, it will put $7, the nature of our type of programs post-secondary. I haven't dealt with subs very much in the last couple of years. It used to be for a person who was a college educated 4-year degree, it was like $65 a day for a sub. Maybe that's increased in the last couple of years. But that's kind of a slap in the face to someone who's got a college degree and offered themselves back to the school district as a sub. So I think that would be the first thing. And as advertised, the fact that we're in need of subs, and try to make it, once they get there, make them feel at home and make them feel wanted.
That the easiest answer would be let's give more money. A lot of people do that. Some of our teachers probably retire and sub part time. There's another problem. So that would be the easiest thing to say. Of course, all that would have to come from that's what the school board. We got to make it attractive. Most the best, fast, easiest way to say we need. I think that the workload we have to invite them. I think a lot of people kind of use that getting the sub, I'm gonna play on semantics a little bit. Getting the sub, getting people to get into subbing is one issue. Getting the sub is another one. For teachers, to try to secure those subs. I want to bring in a plan. This is our last debate, so I'm releasing forum. So I'm releasing some things now that I haven't before, but I work at Okaloosa County, and they have a phone system where they call us up. They'll rotate to the final one that says yes. I know we're not as large as Walton, as Okaloosa County, but I don't see why we can't use a program similar to that to make getting the sub for teachers easier. Again, now they want to stay 2 hours trying to find stuff, and then call me at 6:30 and say, I can't find one. So all of those kinds of avenues, those kind of forward-thinking steps that we're going to take is going to make it easy for teachers to get a sub, and then hopefully we can work a plan out that we can get more subs, including sub lesson hours.
Thank you so much.
About on the ESP realm, as far as facilities and stuff, as far as the coach, 8 hours, on the facility, on some 4 hours, like what we do. In the school, we talk about safety and stuff. Use the facility within the school or the system. Is that really?
So there's a lot of things that go along with that. One of the things is overtime. Certain amount of hours you can work without getting overtime. And we got to look at that thing. That goes down to the budget. You have the funds to do something. So all those things have to be looked at.
What make it, or make it a street, not the regular pay.
I'm sorry, this is not how it's going to operate. Yeah. So we're gonna have to cut that off.
Also, we're going to check the paperwork.
No, it goes back to say that you have to look at the contracts and labor laws and stuff. So I understand what you're saying. It would make a lot of sense if you run the hours, those kind of things to volunteer or move and add more hours to your running allocated hours and those kind of things. But again, you have to look at the labor laws and your contracts.
Okay, well, thank you so much for your critical work. Okay, one more question. I know, we've already said goodbye, but one more thing. Sorry. The nationally recognized and widely used method used to calculate the cost of food returns, Walton County has potentially lost hundreds of thousands of dollars per year due to high teacher turnover. This calculation method and WCDA concerns over teacher turnover was brought to the bargaining table last year along with our desire to improve content on the curriculum. In addition, this is something we're working on. In addition, if elected, how would you make determining the district's financial? Okay, so where this question is going is that basically one of the issues that we've had in trying to talk about teacher turnover is that we have not been able to get actual good information from the district. The district has taken very little effort and interest in calculating how much actual money is lost each year due to turnover. If elected, will you make determining the district's financial cost of teacher turnover a priority? And how would you promote not only recruiting, but retention and qualified teachers in the district? And what would attract and retain teachers in Walton? Now, you guys talked a little bit about attraction and retention, but we do need to talk, this question is very important because we talked about the quality of the data about the cost.
I think we both answered that question since we need transparency. That's the problem. We just voice that. Turn over information, that's transparency. Not communicating. I don't know what the secret is about, and to be honest with each other. The other part we talk about is retention. cost that we will incur, or we will train people, or train people to come in with bad investment, just like with graduating students, graduating from all high school, and they can find a job, bad investment. So we're talking about professionals or teachers. We want to invest all we can in teachers, and we want to make it so impressive that they want to stay, so that our investment will return the dividends it should. Right? And they'll stay. Attention, you want to be clear, transparent.
If I understand the question correctly, I think that what the question is leading to is, what's it costing us? How's it affecting the district budget-wise? How is it if we're losing teachers in the first 5 years down to the state average of about 50-something% for 5 years since we were leaving the profession? How much is it costing us to hire new teachers and you go through the new teacher orientation, new teacher training programs, versus being able to retain them, do the things that we talked about to try to retain teachers so that we're not continually having to go through these processes and retrain new teachers and what's the cost of the district. I've seen a report where there's a calculation formula that could be implemented district-wide or at our district, and I definitely would look at that because I think when you're losing that many teachers that quickly, it's got to be probably a tremendous cost to the district that we could be saving if we implemented some strategies to keep teachers in the district. And I hope that answers what we're doing.
So, thank you very much for you guys joining me in thanking our candidates, and thank you as well for being here. You can, if you want, so in case you feel like we've talked out for today.
Let's just take just a minute. I think we're going to watch the debate last night. We were at it. But I think that this election is so important. For the first time in 13 years, 12 years, you're going to have the opportunity to elect a new superintendent. That hasn't happened in 12 years, guaranteed, since Anderson's not running again. And so I think it's important that you take a look at our qualifications, you take a look at our experience. I think now more than ever, the quality of experience that we've had is going to play an important role. I spent 36 years in education, 30 here in Walton County, from classroom teacher to to assistant principal, athletic director, principal, director of post-secondary institutions. But they're not for long things. Just take a good look and look at what we've done through the years. And you know, the thing about it is that education is my passion. Education is what I've done my whole life. If elected superintendent, this will be my only priority. This will be where we go. And this is what we do every day. And I think if people know me, understand that work ethics, you know, been working since I was 14 years old, had a job. First time in my life, in the last 6 months, I haven't had a job. This is a job, trying to get elected, but probably the hardest job I've ever had. But I'll bring that same work ethics, and you know, just take the opportunity to go to our website and take a look, and I think you make a good decision. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Davis. We basically said it all. For 26 years as an educator, in Overton, Walton County, about 16 years in Walton County. I had experience on the secondary level, middle school, and high school. I was in the classroom. And the great thing about it is that I love education. It was my way out. Love what I've done here for the past 26 years. And the great thing about my experience, when you take a look on the website, it comes with success. We've done great things to have impressed you at. We've made national and state levels. We're proud of that because of the work we've done with teachers, the expectation we have with children, the collaboration we have in the community. It's just worked out fine for us. So I think you have a great choice between Mr. Davis and myself. November 8th, it will be your choice. November 9th, we have to go somewhere different as far as our district is. Thank you so much.